or hashtag free Pinkney. We've been following that story out in Benton Harbor, Michigan, and what's going on out there. All white jury, hashtag all white jury, hashtag no evidence. Check them out.
When I was in prison, I got over 20,000 letters. 20,000. Matter of fact, they had to set up a special time to bring me my mail.
The fact that we're here standing up with Reverend Pinkney is because Reverend Pinkney has become the face of resistance to this offensive that we're experiencing in Michigan. And just a couple of weeks ago, the emergency manager that had been in Detroit has now been hired by New Jersey, Atlantic City. So this is just like a disease, a cancer that's spreading around the country.
On April 14th in Benton Harbor, Michigan, supporters of Reverend Pinkney gathered at the Berrien County Courthouse, where an evidentiary hearing demanding a retrial for Pinkney, who is currently serving 3 to 10 years in prison for allegedly altering the dates on petitions to recall the mayor of Benton Harbor. Pinkney was convicted by an all-white jury in a city with a 90% African-American population.
I just want to read this statement that my husband written from prison. These are his words. Anytime you have an economic system that refuses to feed, clothe, and houses people, it must be overturned and replaced with a system that meets the needs of the people. A mass movement demanding a changed economic system, one that meets the needs of the people, not the corporation.
We were so convinced that the evidence would be the way out. That would be our ticket out for me out of jail.
There was absolutely no evidence to convict Pinkney, and legally the altering of a petition document should have been a misdemeanor offense. Instead, they charged him with a felony forgery, though no signatures were forged, and all signatories testified that they signed willingly on the correct day. Incredibly, the all-white jury was urged by the prosecutor to believe that direct evidence was not required. They only had to, quote, believe that Pinkney was motivated to cheat and that he, quote, could have changed the dates while circulating the petitions.
We appealed to the Court of Appeals, and they ruled against me. They said, we don't want to hear about no evidence. We don't want to hear about that. We don't want to hear there's no such charge. We don't want to hear about those issues. You know, we're going to let this stand. We appealed their decision. And by us appealing this decision, it gave us a chance to go to the Supreme Court. And remember, the Supreme Court don't take every case. There's a lot of cases that may have merited that they don't take. And also the Supreme Court said that they don't care about the evidence part either. The MCL 168.937, that's the one that got their attention. They really was concerned about that because, as I've been saying all along, there was no such charge as a forgery on a recall petition. I hammered that in even in the courtroom. I said, there's no such charge as forgery on a recall petition. There is none. So when the Supreme Court ruled unanimously that there was no such charge as forgery on a recall petition, it kind of like blew they wig off. But unfortunately, I had already did my 30 months. I did all 30, and I was released June the 13th, 2017.
After an 8-day jury trial, he was found guilty of election law forgery under Michigan Code 168.937.
I said, well, that's not a charge. I said, that's a penalty. After you get convicted, then they throw that in. I told him that.
Reverend Pinkney was sentenced to 30 to 120 months in state prison.
I did 2.5 years of my time that was taken from me.
Once he was free, he appealed his conviction to the state Supreme Court. It ruled in essence that Pinkney was right. So, with a 6-0 vote, the Supreme Court overturned his conviction.
Supreme Court, bless your heart. Bless your heart. I knew it, you know. So I'm good.
May 1st, 2018, the Supreme Court ruled that there was no such charge. And I had did every bit of those 30 months.
Michigan does have a wrongful imprisonment compensation act, which allows people to be paid for their time spent wrongfully behind bars. But the Reverend says that's not his focus right now.
My main objective is to show people that if you do the right thing, good things will happen. And this is what I want to show this community.
Then we filed a civil suit, let's say around June 1st, 2018. In December of 2018, the Court of Claim ruled in our favor that this lawsuit should go forward. The state of Michigan appealed along with the county, but the county backed down, they surrendered. They said, we're not gonna touch nothing like this. State, they continued up until February 4th of 2020. February 4th of 2020, they surrendered, saying that, Pinkney is right again. Now it's going to the Court of Claims in Lansing, and this one judge is gonna make a decision. So we're sitting pretty, we're sitting on top of the world, we're just taking it one step at a time and doing what needs to be done. Let's see what happens. We know how they can pull a rabbit out of a hat. I'm not too high, I'm not getting too low. It is what it is, the war still continues.
See, being in prison, I really got a tremendous education about life. Until we learn to unify, come together, it's going to continue like this. It's no big I's and little U's. That's what we got to have people to understand. We're all in this together.